Hey, good morning, fam. Greta Ross here with Your Health Matters. And we have a really special guest. He's actually a friend of mine on Facebook. And this is the very first time that I'm actually seeing him, kind of face to face. Um, and he has a really, really fascinating story. And that's why I wanted him to share it, because I want everyone to see that even though you may go through a traumatic situation, and believe me, his was definitely traumatic, to being able to maintain still good health. I think it's really important for you to hear from someone who has actually experienced something on this magnitude. So our guest is Derek. Good morning, Derek. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine. Glad to be
Good.
here.
I'm so glad you took the time to spend some time to share your story with us. So tell us who you are and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I'm Derek Drummond. I live in Parkton, North Carolina. Well, before the accident, I was a master heat and air service tech. I'm licensed and that, and as well as refrigeration. I was in pretty good health before the accident, but now, because of the accident, um, I have to maintain my health because of all my injuries. I've got about 10 to 12 pounds of titanium in my body, and in my leg, my neck. Uh, Ended up shattering my wrist. They had to put my thumb and ulnar radius back on my wrist. I got a rod in my arm as well. Um, I had quite a few extensive injuries. They ended up removing my spleen and 8 inches of my small intestines as well. Um,
And this is the reason why you have all that titanium in your body.
right, because of the car accident. Do I need
Yes.
to continue on here because I can see
No,
the pictures behind it?
yes. No, it's
Okay.
fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So you were in an accident. So you actually got T-boned.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were telling me that you don't even remember getting hit.
No, ma'am. All I remember is I woke up and it was 30 days later with a doctor whispering in my ear, and somebody was holding my hand. And when I looked, it was my brother, and I knew something was very serious then. And it was
Wow.
30 days later, and I live in Parkton, and I was in Raleigh at Wake Med Hospital, and they had told me that they had done quite a bit of surgeries, and then I spent a total of 126 days in hospital and rehab centers.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's
in total, I've had 14 surgeries to include brain surgery because I ended up with 62 staples in the top of my head. They said two of my blood vessels ruptured while I was on the table. So
wow.
that's there. Like I said, they removed 8 inches of my small intestine, took out my spleen on the night of the accident, and I ended up in Wake Med. They flew me by helicopter.
Wow.
From what I've
Yeah,
read,
that's pretty critical right there.
yeah, I went through, according to everything I've read, I went through 16 pints of blood, 10 plasmas, and 2 platelets.
Wow. Wow.
So I'm just glad God decided to let me live.
I mean, it's like it's like that show. I don't know if you remember this. Lee Majors played it as $6 Million
Um,
Man.
yes,
Yeah,
man.
it's like you were just totally reconstructed.
Pretty much. Like I said, they rebuilt my wrist, my left leg, because I broke it about 3 inches below the knee and about 4 or 5 inches above the ankle. It broke both bones. They fused them bones together. And you can see the bump on that picture. And you see the scar. I think they said that he rebuilt part of my knee as well. And then I know my brother helped me get into the VA has a program. I went through a rehab in North Carolina over by Wake Med where they did aqua therapy to help me learn how to walk again. But basically, it's nothing like TV. I didn't like laying in my own excrement in the hospital, so I told him, no, you're going to
Yeah.
be a walker and you're going to let me walk So with a broken arm and a broken leg, I had a nurse on each side to help me get to the bathroom and back because
Wow.
I didn't like getting lifted up in that crane while it was like
Yeah.
a NASCAR pit crew cleaning it up.
Wow. Wow.
When you don't go, when they give you all them narcotics, you don't go to the bathroom for 4 to 6 days.
Wow.
And when
So
you go,
you had to deal with all those injuries, and then the surgeries, and then the drugs on top of all that. Wow.
yeah, and
Wow.
you're talking fentanyl,
Wow.
oxycontin, all that stuff.
Ugh.
And I got off of that as quickly as I could because I don't like pain meds at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're very addicting. They're very, very
Oh,
addicting.
yeah,
And
because the VAs had me addicted to pain medicine before, and I'm very anti-pill.
oh yeah, I get it. Believe me, I
And
do. I completely
but
understand it. And
I'm
plus it does so much damage to your liver too.
well, not just your liver, it does damage to your other organs as
Oh
well.
yeah, pretty all of your organs, but the liver, I mean,
The
we need
liver
that to
takes the brunt
filter.
of
Oh
it.
yeah, it takes a beating. Yes, it does. Yes, yes. So
Now they
so
got
the
me down
accident,
to one tramadol a day. They want me to take more. They want to give me stronger stuff, but I refuse.
yeah. So how are you dealing with the pain?
Basically, I've already learned it, but they taught some further stuff. Sometimes, but if I get too bad, I'll take another pain pill, but I won't take more than 2 a day. But
Yeah,
mostly I'm on one a day now, and I've been fine with that. Gets to hurting real bad. I meditate. They got that 3 finger method, I call it,
yeah,
and I've actually been doing that on and off for years. You can make your heart rate go up and down with it if you know how to do it right,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it involves a little bit of breathing and concentrating.
Mhm. Yeah.
You can move the pain,
Oh yeah, yeah. So, yeah, the
and it
pain
works.
management. Yeah, yeah, it
Well,
does. The thing
believe
is
me, I know all about it.
the thing is that I think that we can, there are um alternatives. Now does that take longer than a pill to act to the pain? Yeah, because that's a process. The pain meds, hey, in 20-30 minutes, you're feeling better, but going through that whole process of the pain management, that just takes a little bit more time, but it's worth it because now you're not on the pain meds. So
And
it's just a matter of really.
a lot of times I do it, don't even realize I'm doing it.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
that's a
and,
good thing though.
but the thing about it is, I try to stick to just one in the morning because
Yeah,
that's my roughest time is getting up in the morning because
yeah,
that's when I'm
yeah.
the stiffest.
Yes,
But
yes, from the night before.
and I realized I'll never run again. I
Yeah.
probably can't dance. I probably slow dance. That's about it. But I realize there's some things I'm just not going to be able to do again because my
Yeah,
body got hurt pretty bad.
yeah, yeah.
And
So tell us what you're doing now in reference
and
to
now I go
I know
to the
you went through
gym. I
yeah,
go to Planet Fitness.
okay.
Um, I my TBI team and my doctors. I passed the physical and the occupational therapy exercises. So
Uh-huh.
when I was in Birmingham, I went through that intense physical and occupational therapy.
Uh-huh.
And they're very good. They don't let you play around. Like I was telling you earlier, if you tell them no twice, they send your butt home
Yeah, yeah.
because they don't let you give up.
Right.
And
Yep.
they're the ones that told me, look, with all these injuries, you're going to have to keep this metal and your muscles toned up and stretched out, or you're going to stiffen up
Wow.
more.
Yeah, yeah. So how
They
often
got
do you
me,
go to the gym?
they got me going 5 days. When I first started, it was seven
Uh-huh.
days a week.
Wow, wow.
And now it's 5 days a week. They give me the weekends off. Um, that I have to watch my weight. But
Yeah.
since the accident, I've put back on about 16 to about 20 pounds of muscle now.
Oh, good for you.
And
That's a good
the
thing though.
doctor was really impressed with my last labs and everything. They were really impressed.
Yeah, yeah.
And but they keep on me about it, and I keep on them too. And
There you
I
go.
got yeah, that's me at Planet
Yeah.
Fitness. But
Getting your little workout in. That's awesome.
well,
So
it's
you
not
go,
a
so you
little.
go,
It takes me about 2.5 hours every time I go.
Yeah, yeah.
because
But it's okay.
I know I tell you what, that one machine where you pull your legs up and pull down at the same
Uh-huh.
time,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that one really does the trick. That stretches and pulls every muscle you got.
Yes, yes.
But I know they started me out. They had one similar when I was in Tuscaloosa,
Uh-huh.
but they tied the rope to the bottom, and I started out at 5 pounds. I still had the staples in my leg, and my arm, and my wrist
Yeah.
here, and in my stomach, and my neck. They pulled
Wow.
it as far as I could take it. But that's how they started you out.
Wow.
And then learning to walk again is no fun.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure.
for all people out there that's never had to do it, it's nothing. They don't put you in no harness and hang. No, they just put a walker in front of you and say, get up. And
Well,
like I
you know
said,
what?
I had a
Here's
nurse on
here's
each side.
here's one of the things that I hope people will take away from this interview this time with you is um, you never, you didn't expect your life to be where it is right now with all the
Oh
titanium in your
no.
body. But when you before the accident, you were still in good shape because you worked with air conditioning and heating units. So that meant that you were up and down a ladder,
Yes,
picking up heavy
ma'am.
weights. So you were in good shape.
I was in pretty
But
good shape. Yeah.
right. So for the people who have their health, who can at least get up and walk, who can do something with themselves, I would strongly advise them to take advantage of having that ability to be able to do it.
Don't take your health for granted. Don't I'd love to be able to run again, but I know that's never going to happen. I'd love to be able to walk up and down steps like a normal person. That's done. That's over with.
And see, so many people take that for granted and don't even realize how blessed they are that they can walk. Even if you just get outside and walk 30 minutes a day, you can get out and walk.
Oh yeah,
It's still improving your quality of life because even since your accident,
yeah,
and you going to the gym 5 days a week, your quality of life has improved from where you were. Now
yes, it has.
imagine if you weren't going to the gym, where you would be.
I would be, I'd be in a lot of pain and be stiff, which back in the days, that's where I would be now because these doctors and stuff now have improved so much and look and know things so much better than they did back when we were a lot younger. That's what
Yeah,
would be expected. I'd probably be wheelchair bound,
yeah, yeah,
which I don't want something like that.
exactly.
Basically, they said get up off your butt. You got and you got to take care of yourself. Is what
Yes.
they taught me when I was in Tuscaloosa. Because nobody else is going to do it for you. You have to
Nope.
do it for yourself.
You have to
And
do
if
it for
you don't,
yourself.
then you're going to put yourself in that bed and be bedridden or be wheelchair bound.
Yeah.
And I
And
didn't
and
want that.
and you know what? And the thing is that the older that we get, because when I was 40, I didn't think about being 60. You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm 60, 60 plus, I think about being 84. That's a thought for me. But I also think about how is my life going to be at 80? What am
Yeah,
I still going to be able to get around? Am I still going to be able to do some of the things that I want to do? Now I know I'm going to be limited, but I still want to have a good quality of life even at 80. So
yeah,
what you're guaranteeing yourself is that even though you have all that titanium inside your body and you have had all these injuries, you can pretty much say as long as you keep going to the gym, you know that you're going to feel relatively well.
yes, and I do, and that's what I thank the doctors and stuff for not taking the other route like most normal doctors would have done.
Yeah,
If it wasn't for my brother and my family wanting me to have a better quality life, then it would suck to be
yeah.
laying.
Oh yes.
And I didn't want that. And a lot of it, people don't understand. You got to be positive in your own mind. You got to do
Yeah.
what you want to do, and I wasn't going to accept that. And they knew I wouldn't accept it, and they understood, and that's why they pushed for me to get in that program in Tuscaloosa. That's why
Yes.
they knew I would never take up with that,
Right.
and I'm glad about that. And through prayers and stuff, I'm at where I'm at now. you know, and
And a
I
lot of hard
continue to
work,
do
because I
that.
know I know it was a lot of hard work. It wasn't like, it was an easy road to get back, because the accident
Oh
was what, two
no,
years ago?
yeah, the wreck was February 7th of 2019,
Yeah, yeah.
and you know, it's a little over
So
two
it's
years
been a
ago.
fight, yeah, and I'm sure it's been a fight to get
Oh,
back
it's a
physically where
fight,
you are. Yeah,
and
yeah.
mentally too, because you know
Oh
with the
yes.
brain injury, you know,
Yeah,
I couldn't remember everything, and it took
yeah,
me a
yeah.
while. And then you know, you had to go to all these classes, and basically, I had to learn how to talk again and everything.
Wow, wow. And the things that we just take for granted, we just wake up and think that, hey, but in a blink of an eye, your life can be totally
I
different. And
mean,
look at where you are. I mean, it's
snap
just,
of your
and
fingers.
yeah, and the snap of a finger. I heard this one guy said, life can change. He says in the blink of an eye. So his whole theme is, he's like, just keep blinking, because it can change in any direction at any time, and we
Right.
just don't know. But while we have our health, we should definitely do something with it. We shouldn't just take it for granted. Because if you look back, 20 years ago to where you were, even 10 years ago or 5 years ago, where you were.
Look at me, even 5 years ago, I was in pretty good shape. I was working, you know. I,
Yeah.
my goal was to work till I was 70 and retire, but that got changed overnight.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Your life will never be the same.
No, and the thing about it is, I get a Social Security disability check, and they don't pay very well.
Yeah. 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 Well,
But
and
I'm
the thing
glad
is,
I
is that,
get it.
but you know what? And the thing is that, realistically, and I'm not just saying this, but I don't think that there's a dollar amount. I think that if somebody was sick or in the position that you were in, if somebody says, here go $10 million, but you're laying in the bed, you'll be like,
It's
if
not
I could
worth
just
it.
get up, if I could just get up and walk and do what I used to do. I mean, I'm sure that's it's not even a thought about this, because what good is the $10 million if you can't even get up
But
and enjoy life?
so that's what I'm saying. I'm glad that I have what I have, and I
Exactly. I
thank God
understand.
for that, because you know
Yes.
I could have ended up. You know, I've always wanted. I tell people I don't want to be buried. Just cremate me,
Yeah. Yeah.
because that's where you know, if it wasn't for God, that's where I would have ended up. I'd
Yeah.
have been
Yeah.
cremated.
Yep. Well, I tell
And
you what, you are truly, truly blessed to have survived the accident. I'm going to pull up some more pictures here, because it was. Now this one is the backside from where the inside of
yeah,
the car.
yeah, they pulled me out from between them two front seats. They had to use a jaws of life to cut the door open of that sliding door.
Wow.
That's the one with the seatbelts tied to that I sent you. But that's how hard
Wow.
they said I was doing about 3 or 4 miles an hour. I was sitting still. They really can't. They don't know. But they said I got hit between 55 to 62 mile an hour,
Wow.
and they said that
Wow.
they speculate that the other guy wasn't paying attention and might have been on his cell phone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's See, and that's the scary thing, because I don't think people understand how important driving is, and how it definitely requires our undivided attention.
Oh yeah, and that was when I was
So,
in Birmingham.
okay,
Yeah, my brother took that picture of me.
yeah.
That's
And
right
how long
before
ago
I
was
came.
this?
That was in December of 2019.
Okay.
That's when they had me going 7 days a week.
Wow. Yeah, I can tell. I see your little chest muscles going on right there. Yeah. So I can see why you gained that 20 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, but now you know that I weighed 155 pounds in that picture. Now I weigh
Wow.
100. I think they said 175 the other day when I went to the doctor.
Wow. Wow.
But you
Yeah.
know,
But you're gaining that muscle. You're going 5 days a week.
yeah,
So,
yeah, I
but
kind of
that's
worried
good.
about it first, but the doctor said it ain't fat, boy.
Exactly. It's not
He
fair.
said
Hey,
it.
not going 5 days a week is that's all muscle.
And I was
That's
worried
all
about it.
muscle.
He said you
Yep.
ain't got to worry about that. He said you put the
Yeah.
muscle where it needs to be around that
Yeah.
metal.
Yes, yes, yes. Because you gotta keep. I mean, because that's a foreign object in your body, and you gotta do what you gotta do because I mean, it's not a natural thing to have it. I know that
Oh
you need it,
yeah,
but it's just not natural. So you have to do whatever you have to do to maintain your health, especially with all that going on. But you know what? I
oh
really
yeah.
appreciate you um, sharing, your story because I think it's such a fascinating story, and it shows us people like me and other people that our life can change at any given time. We don't
Yes, it
know,
can.
and while we are able to take care of ourselves, this is the time. Don't wait. Don't be forced.
Oh, don't wait till it's too late. If you're healthy and you got a chance, do it now.
Yes,
Don't be
you.
like me. I go to the store and set off the shoplifting alarms. I got to carry letters with me and stuff. All the money.
Wow. Yeah, well, we're gonna forget about getting on the airplane because
No,
we
I'm
know.
glad when I went to get on the plane,
Yeah.
they X-rayed me.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, and
So
then they see all that metal, and it's like,
I go
wow.
to the courthouse. I got to show them that letter, and then I
Yes,
got to
yes,
show them the other letter because my doctors don't want me wearing a mask. Period, because I was in
yeah,
coma for 30 days.
yeah, yeah.
So so it's no fun having these injuries. You got to carry all a file with letters in it.
Wow, with you at all times. Wow. But you
Yeah,
know what? I really have to take my hat off to you. That you are, that you're consistent with your workouts, because you know that you need it. You know that you need it, so that's why
well,
you do it.
it's not by choice. I have to because otherwise I don't like what I see down the road. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
gonna let myself get there.
Yes, yes. And you know what? And you may not, what people don't understand is that, if we take care of our bodies will take care of us. And
Yes, it
honestly
will.
speaking, I really believe that because you were in relatively good shape before the accident, I honestly believe that that had a part to play in your recovery and even your injuries. Because
Yeah,
if you had just been somebody who just wasn't as physically active as you were, and when I say physically active, it's about up and down ladders all day long, crawling in through small spaces and doing the work that you did, you were in good shape. You had to be in good shape to do that. You can't lift 100 pounds up, going up a ladder without being in good shape. So I know that you were in good shape.
yeah. I
but
was
but
pretty
but so
decent
so I
shape.
really so I really believe that helped you a lot with your
It probably
recovery.
did.
And
I
yeah,
believe that.
I believe it. I honestly do believe that. I
You
do.
know, it probably, like you said, and the doctors, I think, probably would say something if I ask them, but I ain't ever
Yeah.
asked them.
Oh, yeah. But and you know what? That might be a question you might want to ask them, and just because again, if it was just the average person, someone who weren't in the physical shape that you were in, your recovery time could have been a whole lot longer. But I really believe that
Yeah,
because you were in good shape prior to the accident, and and you're continuing to maintain relatively good health considering what you've been through. But hey, even if it's not something that you always want to do, that it's something that you have to do. And my point is to people is that don't wait till you have to be
right.
forced to do
Don't
it.
don't be like me. Don't get hurt and have to do it. Do it
Yeah,
because you want to.
yeah, yeah. And you want
And
to have
there's
a
a
good life
difference.
because we're all getting older. We're every
Yeah.
day we're getting older, every
Hey,
single day.
like I tell people, growing old ain't for sissies.
You got that right. You are so right about that. I'd say that all the time because it's like, even this year I'm going to be 64. And even though I go to the gym, and I don't have like aches and pains or anything like that, but I know that, it's down the road, it's coming, because hey, my body doesn't work the way it did when I was 25. It just
No,
doesn't. It can't. It's not humanly possible.
no, it's
And
not.
I don't care how many days I go to the gym, how good I look. It doesn't matter. It just cannot function the way it did at
No, it
25.
can't.
And and I know when I get 85, it's not going to function the way it did at
No.
65. So,
And guess
but
what? We don't come with spare parts either.
We ain't got no spare tire nowhere. You are so right. So I want to encourage people to get moving. Just just walk. I don't care if it's just 30 minutes a day. Just do something.
Walk 30 minutes a day, that's better than nothing. It's a start.
It is. It is. It is.
You know,
It's better
and
than nothing.
better. And, you know, ever since I've been a little boy, my mother had high blood pressure. I
Yeah.
read the ingredients on food.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I watch what's the amount of sodium and stuff that's in
Yes.
food.
Yes.
I don't even have salt in my house. And
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
shocks people. They
Yep.
say, you don't want any salt? I said, I don't know. And then
Yeah. And you're used to not eating salt, but you can always tell when you eat something that has salt, and it's like, oh my gosh.
it burns.
Yes, it does.
And then,
But
like, when I do have a girlfriend and she cooks for me, if she brings salt in my house, I know right away when I eat it.
oh yeah. 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 And
Uh,
but that's all a part of maintaining good quality of life. That it's a part of that. You have to watch
yeah,
what you eat. You have to make sure that you're exercising and getting your rest. And I mean, all that is
well,
it plays a part. Even with your healing. Your sleep was important. Exercise
well,
was
I
important. What
don't
you eat
sleep
is
good.
important.
You know, they want to give me another sleep study, but I only sleep maybe 4 to 6 hours a day. You know,
Yeah,
6 hours on a lucky day.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I sleep maybe 4 hours a night. That's it.
Wow, wow.
And they want to do another sleep study, and you know that now because I was in coma, that they have to sleep with oxygen at night.
Yeah,
'Cause they
yeah,
say the oxygen levels drop.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you know what I tell you, you have gone through a tremendous
I'm just
event
glad
in
to
your
be
life,
here.
and I'm glad you're here too. I'm glad that you're here to even tell it, because a lot of people, wouldn't have survived what you went through. I mean, they would have just, even through the process, would have just given up and say, this is too much, it's too hard, I just can't do it. But
No, not
you kept
me.
pushing. Yep, you kept
No,
pushing, and you
I
you
said
kept
I'm gonna get
believing that
through
you.
this. I don't care what it takes.
Yep, yep, and you
And
did, and you
I
did.
remember the dreams from when I was in coma.
Mm, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I thought I was back in World War I.
Wow, wow.
That lets you know you got knocked for a serious loop, don't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. But
But
I'm
I
I'm
just
glad
want
I'm glad that you're doing well. I'm glad that you're going to the gym. I'm glad that you're encouraging people. You're always encouraging other people, and I really appreciate you. Even on my Facebook page, I really appreciate it, because I want people to know, why you do what you do, and how it all
right,
came about, because I think it's really important for people to understand that
right.
this is not child's play for you. This is real. This is the
No,
real deal.
this real.
Holyfield.
You
you
know, this is
know.
real for me. Just like when I'm
Yeah.
on Facebook, even on your page and even on my page, I
Yeah.
always encourage people. I don't
Yes.
cut people down. I mean,
Nope.
anybody
Nope.
can cut somebody down,
Yeah.
but to
Yeah. Yeah.
encourage people, I think is better to do that because they might have had a bad day, and
Yep.
that word of
Mm.
encouragement can make their day.
Oh yeah, it can make a difference. It really can. And I really
Right?
appreciate you and all that you do. Keep on encouraging us. Stay in
Yes,
Planet
ma'am.
Fitness. I really appreciate you sharing your story with us here on Your Health Matters. Thank you so much, Derek. And guess what?
You're
We're going to
welcome.
continue to be in contact. And hey, I'm gonna keep up with you on Facebook and see how you're doing. And maybe we'll revisit this in a couple months just to see how you're doing and see how
That
much you've
sounds good.
improved since. Yeah, yeah. So thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
That's
Hey,
no
this is Greta
problem.
Ross. This is Greta Ross with Your Health Matters. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Take care.